doing? Oh, yes.
And for the record, I have seen her, and she's a lot taller than you think she is.
I could care less.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
What is she?
But I'm with her.
5'9.5". Is she taller than you?
Eye to eye.
Mm,
Eye to eye.
interesting.
How's it going? I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Welcome to the House of Sewing. Tammy, how are you doing this evening?
I made it home in one piece, so we're counting that as a success.
Yay!
We're
I
counting that
want to
as a
say,
success.
oh, sorry. I just want to say
Okay.
hello to Katie. Hello,
Hi, Katie.
twin. How are you doing this evening?
We've had an eventful day, so I'm ready. So yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Judy, hello. How's it going?
Judy.
Alibaba, great to see you. And to anyone else who's watching, hello. Mona, great to see you.
Mona's here, yes.
Yay. Hello. I'm just setting up. So I want to illustrate something before I do my crazy running around. I think I understated how black my Christmas tree was.
So Ollie, hi Ollie, how are you doing? We were talking about Meghan Markle.
Oh, that is definitely
I kept this out. Everybody hates my black Christmas tree. I've had 3 offers from family members to buy me a new Christmas tree next year. And 2 I think are legitimate. But I ordered this, and this is a real black Christmas tree.
It is definitely black.
So Mom, if you're watching, yes, he needs a new Christmas tree.
And the tag is still in
Come
here
on.
too. So don't
Come
order
on.
the C Amazon Christmas tree because it's black.
No, he needs to take the black Christmas tree and put it in the House of Sewing room.
Yay.
And then you can have the other one out there.
You know,
We need
Yay.
2 Christmas trees.
you have the perfect Halloween tree. You just need to get like pumpkins and orange and purple lights. You know, you're speaking my language.
Halloween Tree is a great Ray Bradbury book too.
I haven't read
Sorry,
that.
I grew up in a house
Halloween.
of like sci-fi books. Yay!
Oh my
Hello,
gosh.
shalom! Hello, everybody!
Hi, Shalom.
I love the
Hi,
black
Shalom.
tree too.
Yes.
You know what's so funny? 3 different family members have been like, "What are you? Do you need me to buy you a tree?" I'm like, "If you buy me a tree, sure. Like, I won't turn it down. Don't offer me something. This is my no buy year. So if you give me something, I might take it."
I just think the black tree should be behind you, lit up, and just, part of the decoration.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
And then you can have another tree out in the living room for Santa.
I'm doing major renovation in here. I am doing major renovation, so there might be room for the tree. I'm also going to completely redo my my middle bedroom closet.
What?
The dark purple
lights. I like that.
Yes.
I have Darth Vader lights.
Nice.
That would be fantastic. I mean, you could honestly do that all year long.
I had to show, because I think people are like, "Oh, he's being dramatic." Like, no, I don't know what I was
It's
thinking.
black.
I ordered a black tree that just got caught up in my. You know what?
I didn't know how black
all
it
the
was.
thread. Solve that problem real quick.
Yeah. I knew it was black, but I didn't know it was that black.
That is like,
It's dark.
so not Ulta, Sephora. Sephora does the black and white stripes
It does.
on their building, and they do black and shiny because it's like luxury. So he's got the luxury tree. He's got the black shiny tree.
Hey, butterfly.
Hi, butterfly.
Hello. How are y'all doing?
I love it. I'm wind. That works.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody called me
funny to see
windy
the
the other
different
day.
reactions that it invokes from people.
Oh, it definitely does. My husband would be all about not using that tree until I like convince him that I have to have that tree.
Yeah.
My mom, when I showed her she recalled and horned, she was like, "It's a bad omen. Burn the tree. Get it out of here." Hey, Terry. Hello, hello.
Hi, Terry.
Hi,
How are you
Terry.
doing?
Do you want them to?
Oh my gosh,
But it was
yes.
one of those things where I put it in a box, I ordered it, and in my brain, it was a green Christmas tree. So it sat in my closet for 7 months. And then I
And you didn't
opened it
even know
and
what
I
it was.
screamed and laughed at the same time.
Ah,
I remember
Shalom wants to send you the lights.
I bet if I look, I
Yes.
probably have Darth Vader lights.
Oh my gosh, do you guys celebrate Mardi Gras? Because that would totally, like, oh my gosh.
I've been to Louisiana one time during Mardi Gras. It's one of those bucket list things.
Mhm.
And so I have
That's
a
the
different view.
craziest week to go.
But
Yeah.
I'm too old for all that. Like, I would feel like old Uncle Sewing if I showed up. Because
You know what? So would I, but that's okay. You're allowed.
Oh,
that's like
Uncle
real
Sewing.
college town.
It really is. Like my husband spent so much time in New Orleans. He was stationed in New Orleans before Katrina. So he's done the whole Mardi Gras thing and everything else. I'm just like, I don't comprehend it.
Mhm.
But he keeps trying to retell me what Mardi Gras is like.
When I was 22 or 23, I went to spring break in Florida and I felt too old.
Okay.
And I was like
justified.
22.
I never
It's
did the
just
spring
a-
break thing.
Neither did I.
No.
Right, yeah, right, Shalom. There's just too many people at Mardi Gras, but you can celebrate Mardi Gras at home. You don't have to go to New Orleans.
Do you know what the funny thing is? When I was younger, I used to go to like festivals and shows and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't think I would go now. If my son wanted to go, I would go, but like I don't know if I could hang with the crowds like I used to.
Well, there's like people, right, Alibaba. There's like people that up
Hey,
here
Jody. Sorry.
didn't know what a king cake. Oh no, you're fine. They didn't know what a king cake was, so my husband ordered king cakes from a bakery in New Orleans to have them
Hi,
shipped.
Joydy.
So do I though. Everywhere I go, like I scream my area and then I leave it and I stick out.
I'm enjoying that you like my faces, Shalom.
Patent pending. Old Uncle Sewing. That's my retirement name.
Oh, do I need to write that down as your secretary?
I think if I had an armored personal carrier.
Yeah, that's about appropriate.
Do you know what's really funny? I watch a lot of old television. I've been falling asleep to Carol Burnett, and it's funny to see how much they're touching each other. She walks up to strangers, she hugs and kisses them. Like in the modern
You can't
era,
do that now.
we're not. Where I live, everyone's wearing masks.
You
My
get like
son
an assault charge for doing that.
Oh, where I'm from, you get put on probate big time. Today, my son was like, we were at the grocery store. He's like, am I missing something? Oh, man. But it's crazy.
No, he's not missing nothing.
So I'm thinking about seam ripping out the pineapple neck piece of my apron and then just putting it back after I line everything.
Okay.
Because I was so excited about making an apron that
you didn't line it.
No, I just put the neck piece on.
Yeah, it needs to be lined. It needs to be lined because if it's not lined, you're gonna like have that seam coming apart on you.
And because it's denim, I'm actually going to use it. But I made pockets today because nothing gets wasted here in the house of sewing.
Amazing.
Oh, those are so cool.
So I searched some pockets. But I also want to finish. Do you have an accordion on the floor, Jess?
Accordion on the no.
Now we just text. That is so true. I've been in New Orleans a few years ago. I felt safe. I went in the off season. You know, I went during the height in like I felt safe. Oh, I'd be Yay, hello, JD. Hello.
Yes. Aprons do need pockets.
You know, I'm this close to not putting pockets on it. That's like my weird fashion thing where I wrestle with pockets. Because I for a while I didn't put pockets on, and I'm not kidding you. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Butterfly was like, pockets, always pockets.
Yes.
You know why that is, right?
And then that moment on, I put pockets on everything, and I'm back to my like no pockets.
You know
You didn't put
why?
any pockets in your capes.
Yeah, you definitely need
We
pockets in
talked
your
about
face.
that.
Hello. I was thinking about that
Hi,
in the
Rita.
lining of my tapes. Yay, hello, Rita.
Hi, Rita.
You
How are
know-
you doing?
And hello, Katie. Great to see you.
Hi.
Yay.
You know-
Katie.
Everything
yeah,
is
right,
pockets.
Shablam?
Everything.
So you know why everything has to have pockets, William, right? Women's fashion for so many years, we have been shorted pockets. Like you can put like cell phones in your front pocket, and we're like, we might be able to get chapstick in ours. Like literally, we're shorted pockets, so we always want pockets. You're not going to meet a woman that does
I
not
always
want
wondered
pockets.
why they do that. Is that like you literally could put a ham sandwich and a half a slice of pepperoni in men's pants? I'm not kidding.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Guys are hungry. Want to eat.
How's it going,
Have
Gilroy? Hello. I had fun, but I'm not that person. I'm not that same person anymore. So I don't know. And plus, people are really aggressive. I think it's because of the internet. I watch festival videos, and they're always fighting. I went to Ozfest, and I never felt threatened. I never felt like someone was going to come at me. I never and I went year after year after year. I've been to metal shows, metal festivals, had a great time. Pockets in my friend. Then when someone asks why, you can tell them. So you could.
I love it.
Love artsy stuff. Yay! Hello, everybody. Yay! Hello, Sylvia. Then pockets, wide pockets, a variety of pockets.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, Sylvia.
I love this. It's amazing.
I'm also working on my because this is the year. This is the year, and we're on day 13, about to go into day 14, and I still haven't purchased fabric. We're still going strong.
I'm proud of you.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Hello. Great.
I haven't even asked you that question today.
I don't carry handbags, so pockets are a necessity.
Yes.
We either get no pockets. We either get no pockets or worthless pockets.
Yeah.
The business card. That's not right. There, I have owned those pants. At some point, I have owned those pants.
The fake pockets, big heck, bug the heck out of me. Yay! Hello. Your old uncle's sewing with the kid now. You gotta stay alive. So the kid stays alive. We kick it. Oh, that is the truth. Old Uncle Sewing says, "What's in your pocket?" Or just a ham sandwich. Man, I get hungry. I'm like, I get hypoglycemic, so I carry food in my toolbox. So I am famous for pulling out like half a ham sandwich or like last night's dinner out of my toolbox because I need I'm one of those people that can't skip breakfast.
I can't either.
Mm-mm.
I can't skip breakfast.
Nowadays people go to concerts just to ruin other people's fun. Absolutely. I used to go to huge festivals and it was like a bunch of people who were not hippies, but they were all acting like hippies because they're like, hey man, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw Motorhead, Iron Maiden, and Dio at the Long Beach Arena. And like when I was walking in, everybody was so happy. Like I was high-fiving strangers. People were just so happy that we got to see a good, a quality metal show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure at one time that seems we're on the outside and inside just to see how many people would tell me the shirt was inside. Do you know what's
That's
really funny?
hilarious.
People notice that now because of certain YouTubers, because of certain things. So people are seam hunting,
Mhm.
listening while I play solitaire. Awesome. I was addicted to that. And this one wordscape game, I'm not kidding you. I quit playing it when they changed the music because I'm petty. I I didn't realize like I just liked the music.
Huh.
Oh, I skipped breakfast this morning and lunch. I was starving. Oh my god, that would be an amazing show. I'm one of those people. I have to have breakfast. I have to, or I'm like honking. Why is everyone going so slow? I'm that guy. I am that guy.
You don't get hungry, you get hangry.
I do for real. I'm that Snickers commercial. Like I'm Betty White in the
Oh, you
car. Like,
too.
why is everybody driving so slow?
I am totally that person too.
Oh my god! You know what though? I've had patience lately because of all the fires and everything. A lot of roads have been diverted, and I live on the
Mhm.
outskirts, and so a lot of out of towners are driving through my neighborhood. So I've had patience because we have weird, like our speed limits are extremely high here, but there's also not 60 miles an hour, so people are flying through my town.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
William
welcome.
gets angry, noted. But I'm like a hobbit. I'm like a hobbit. I carry food with me.
Mm.
I am world famous for like pulling a piece of pizza. Oh, I miss the old Sabro. Do they still have those in malls? Do malls
Yes.
still exist?
Yes.
Sabaro, if that's
Yes, because
I need to miss those.
they'd have the
I miss
pizza shaped box.
yes.
So you'd get one
I
piece, you could put that in your pocket and move.
I would get those Strombolis and like take it
Oh,
home, take half home and heat it up and like eat for 3 days.
it was such an experience, and Dio as well. But it was towards if I have tooth pain, so I'm using Oragel. That's the only reason I'm covering my face. But I caught Dio towards the end, and he looked like my grandmother, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. But when like I saw the older Dio.
Well, when you say that you're not saying that in a bad way, are you talking bad way to your grandmother or bad way to
No,
Dio?
he came out. He had long hair. He looked like my grand. It's hard to explain. You know, when you think of people, they're trapped in time. Like
Or
I do not watch wrestling at all in any way, shape, or form anymore. And it was recently on Netflix, and
Yeah.
they brought out all the old guys, and I was like, William, don't judge, you don't look the same you did in your 20s, don't judge. I'm like sitting there rocking back and forth like, don't
they didn't
judge.
age well.
And
Yes.
Hulk Hogan came out and got booed in Los Angeles. I think that's why I watched it, because it was in LA, because they had it
Mm.
at the new Intuit Dome where the Clippers play. But also it was weird because Jimmy Hart came out. They're booing it, and I'm like, stop. You guys don't realize Jimmy Hart is 80 years old. He has no idea what's going on right now. He's like, why are they booing the Hulkster? I'm all about second breakfast. Gotta get the avocado toast. Oh, I drink. I eat avocado toast. I eat a lot of avocado toast. I'm just not hungry. Absolutely. If I skip anybody, I apologize. We had some real Sabaros here. Do you know I have a Southern California twang, so I pronounce things in a very wrong way, and I apologize in advance. And
Tomato,
half
tomato.
of my mouth is numb right now.
Only half?
I have tooth pain because I learned from a hillbilly how to do your own dentistry as a child, and I remember my mom being like, "Do not follow that man," and I did, and I'm in pain as an old bitter man. Always listen to your mother.
When I was pregnant, I lived with that. It was Ambisol and Tylenol. That was how I slept when I was pregnant.
And that's the thing too. I'm an insomniac, and when I lean a certain way, it hurts. And how do you tell yourself don't roll in your sleep?
You don't, unless you like. Oh well, you could always like
Put wedges.
yeah, you can do like you can make your own like papoose kind of thing where you like sleeping bag and pillows and all of that so that you can't physically roll.
I do that in a way, but I'm like, I gig out in my sleep. I gig out. You could like put a camera on me and have people walk by and throw quarters. Like, is he really asleep? I roll, chomp, and lick and kick. I go on adventures in my dreams. I go
All
on.
right, Jess. So when we rent the Airbnb, he gets his own room.
In the hallway in a sleeping bag, all right? Swimming the end of the hallway in a sleeping bag.
We'll put him on a cot on the floor. That way, if he rolls off of it, it won't hurt him too much.
Absolutely.
Hey, Tasha. Hello.
Hi, Tasha.
Do you know what's really funny?
Tasha, how's your 15 minutes of sewing going every day? I'd love to know.
I was so mad to see them booing the old timers. I was like, how did I get through the TV? Exactly. See, Rita was watching too. They booed all. I wanted to cry. Jimmy Hart didn't. He is a nice human. He's not trying to hurt anybody. He got booed. Hulk Hogan has been a proven liar. Okay, we know he's a liar. Let's move on. Alexa, how old is Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan is 71 years old.
Hulk Hogan is 71 years old. Okay.
All right. You started something. Really? You have to do that. Okay.
I have this thing. I think it's because I grew up around senior citizens. At a certain age, I leave people alone regardless of their opinion. But that's because I grew up around senior citizens. And so because of that, like, yeah, hello, Tanya.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Biden is 82. Okay. Sorry.
Well, no, I'm just saying but like, regardless, because I knew Hogan was going to get booed, but like.
He always gets booed.
But Jimmy Hart. Were you the kid who couldn't sleep with the top bunk because you rolled out of bed? You know what's really funny? In my house, that was like a thing of honor, was being able to sleep on the top bunk. I was always the youngest. So by the time I was able to sleep on the top bunk, everyone had moved out. And I'll never forget, I took that bed apart. And I'll never forget, my dad walked in. He's like, let me get you a better wrench, because he built it. But that thing, you know, it was old, it was tired.
Amazing.
So I was always bottom bunk because I had to share a room with my brothers, but they were so much older than me that everybody moved out around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my twin and I, we had bunk beds, and depending on what month it was who had the top bunk.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
So, yeah,
I would totally.
No one wanted February, so we had a rock, paper, scissors for that one.
You know, my cousin and I, who, if we see each other, it's like Peter Griffin and that chicken. But as a kid, we had this very democratic way of solving all problems. We played paper, rock, scissors for everything, to the point where we were kind of famous for it. Because we'd come into impasse, you'd be like, all right. And we would just be like, let's go, paper, rock, scissors. Anytime we reached an impasse.
I'd throw out dynamite once in a while too, just to throw people off. I play it with my fourth graders. They have to beat me to get out of the room.
I do listen to the negative stuff. I like Hogan and Hart. No one is going to change my mind. This, as somebody who lives in the past, this is something that I do. Like, I'm obsessed with the 1993 World Series. I don't go look behind any of the politics about it. I just watch the games. I did, or like, I'm obsessed with the early 90s, the Toronto Blue Jays runs. I don't look to see how they're feeling now, who they're hanging out with. I just watch the games, you know. I watch a lot of the old matches on television, a lot of the old wrestling matches. When I worked at an amusement park when I was in high school, my father taped every single SmackDown. So I have the first year of SmackDown on tape, and Raw as well. And everything leading up to WrestleMania 2000, because I'm showing my age. So I watch those. That's why I always have a working VCR in my house so I can watch. I found an old wrestling tape today. I was like, I'm going to watch the Survivor Series tonight.
I think I actually have a VHS player somewhere.
I don't.
If I do, it's out in the garage.
I'm so glad that for some reason I bought a bunch before the plague. And then when the plague started, I was like, I rule the world. Because I have a ton of VHSs personally. Just in general, I have a ton.
Oh,
It was
Tasha, I'm
sad
so
though.
sorry you had to deal with that.
I got bad during the plague. I was watching. I have a bunch of like old hockey, like how to like from 1989 when Wayne Gretzky first was on the Kings. Like
Mhm.
this is how you pass, or like I was watching those videos. I was like, I'm bored. Put it on. I'll watch it. Just remember the political image. It's more impactful than positive. Absolutely. I never understood getting into the political side of baseball. I
Did you
just
see
watched.
that?
Well, sorry. Go ahead.
I said, did you see that Stahl got his jersey retired from the Canes the other night?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it was amazing to see his whole family and everything. It was great.
I love that. Like when Dustin Brown got a statue,
Mm.
I absolutely love those nights. I will say though, when I get my bronze statue or the golden bobbin, I want someone to actually like get my face right. Because in front of the Staples Center, it doesn't matter if it's Chick Hearn, Magic Johnson, Dustin Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it kind of looks like them. It doesn't look like it kind of looks like that.
Okay. So you want the Golden Bobbin Award?
In 1993, the Toronto Blue Jays played the Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay.
And it has in Game 6 has one of the greatest games of all time.
I really need to put you on with my husband.
Patent pending. I think I just invented the golden bobbin.
I
This
think you did.
year's golden bobbin goes to my so-called life. I would walk
You
up
give it
with
to yourself.
I would walk up with notes, be like, "Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank blah blah blah."
You know, you should do that at the end of the year. You should
Yeah.
have like creator, you know.
You could do a
best-
Golden Bobbin
best,
Award ceremony.
Yes, like go through all your feed who had like the best line or joke for you, you know, all that good stuff. That would be
Any
fun.
rock'em sock'em hockey tape. I have some ancient hockey gear, and I just want to say I haven't watched wrestling in a very long time either. I used to watch it with family members all the time, and in the same, we don't talk anymore. I haven't watched it in a very long time, but it was just interesting to me because it was on Netflix, so I wanted to see if they were going to bring back the Attitude Era. My favorite is still Jake the Snake, and of course Undertaker.
Undertaker
We
used
used to fight the
me.
licking the beaters. Raw eggs were man. You know, I forget that my mom used to make she used to make chocolate chip cookies from scratch. We would be fighting each other for the beaters or brownies because she'd make them from scratch.
Absolutely.
It was just like greatest thing on earth.
She did turn the beaters off first, right?
My tongue
Like you
was a
didn't.
lot longer.
He has
This is
seen the
actually half
meme.
my tongue. The Rock, you know what? Like, I'm man enough to admit I was a Rock fan. I was of a certain age. I watched wrestling from the 80s all the way until I was in college in the 2000s. And I watched it whenever it was on TV. And so I watched it from the golden era, what some people think it is, from like the Hogan, when Bret Hart was the guy, you know, from when no one knew who Stone Cold Steve Austin was, when he was still in WCW. He's not organized enough to do any kind of award. To my own credit, though, somebody who I think is extremely unorganized, they do well, she does an award ceremony once a year, every year, and I think she's extremely disorganized. I forget about her, and once here a video pop up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm so subscribed to you," and it recently happened.
I understand.
And he actually has a life, not enough time to do that much editing. And I've also learned, let's be real, as someone who's been making videos for a while now, at the end of the year, people love watching my, like, this is everything I made movies.
Mhm.
But no one's watching my half-an-hour videos. And I love you guys, but I see the numbers. So I keep my
He knows
videos,
the truth.
I keep them succinct. I keep my videos very, no, because I used to go step by step. If you look at my old videos, like I would do tutorials. No one, over the years, people have watched,
Mhm.
you know, but
But
originally
it's-
no
it
one
takes a
watched. My brother played hockey for years, and I'll never forget this film. That's any sport. That's any sport. Much like my cowboy hat is personal. You would never want to put my cowboy hat on because I wear it every day. You would never.
I want them, Rita. I
Oh,
want
man,
them.
I have an
If you
actual
get
golden
extras-
bobbin, golden thimble. Dude, okay, I have questions. Does a golden bobbin actually work?
Yeah, it's just a different color,
Oh, that's awesome.
depending on if you have the right machine for it. I
is it
totally
like?
want them, Rita.
Actual gold bobbin. Wow. I was thinking of a giant hokey award. I just want a big award.
Okay. It's coming. It's coming. So a bobbin with your face on it. Got it.
My mom at my mom's house, she still has all of like my brother's old trophies from the 70s. They are my height. They're literally my height. We need to bring back those giant gaudy trophies.
Yeah, the 3-tier trophy. Yeah.
WrestleMania 36 was the last time I watched wrestling back in the day. I have to look because I bought the VHS. I went to WrestleMania 2000 and that was an experience. He's got time. He's not thrifting machines. I will say it is a life change not going to thrift stores all the time. I've got so much done in this room. It's almost embarrassing. And I found so much fabric. Back here, there's more fabric. It's like it's quilt worthy because it's all stuff that I would buy. There was this one thrift store I used to go to, and they would just have random material cut up, just everything in bundles, and I'm like, I will take everything. Thank you. And I forgot about that. Coffee is for
Yes.
closers and people who watch the half-hour videos. Absolutely.
Right? They don't need just coffee. They need the espressos. They get the expensive stuff.
I love long YouTube videos, but that's because I use that as background noise, if you know what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
now I know why you're watching my videos. Gotcha.
I dropped out of college, and I think I have gone back and finished almost every course because they're all online. Because the college I went to was 20 something years ago. Every time, because I have the books, my books are literally stacked to hold up my computer. Every time I type in something that's a book here, I'm the entire course is there because it was 20 something years ago, you know, like
Shalom,
So,
that's a must. Absolutely a must.
Mhm.
You need a cloak and a kilt. And then I shall present to you the golden bobbin. And then we'll
now
also,
there's conditions to the golden bobbin. Now there's
Oh.
conditions.
there's always conditions when it comes to me. Absolutely.
You sure you can't loan them out, please? Pretty please? Pretty please?
No.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. My ex-wife bought my son $2,000 or $3,000 headphones for Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
And so every time I see them laying around the house, I'm like, bro, this is a 1991 Honda Civic. I'm like, dude. And when I came home today, like I dropped them off at MMA, I came back because I'm doing a lot of laundry. I came back and I go through his bathroom because I have a cleanliness issue. So I'm constantly cleaning his bathroom. I turn on the light and they're sitting on the actual toilet.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, dude, these are 3,000 or three. Like because I looked him up. Because at first I called my ex-wife. I was like, "Did you get him bootleg?" And she was like, "No, I did not get him bootleg." And I was like, "Serial number." I like long videos too. Thank you. I'm the same way.
Mhm.
But like, there's not too many. I don't know. My mom buys me watches every year. I keep them in the box. Man, I'm like so it's just weird to me that he has such expensive headphones that he
Yeah.
I don't think he realizes.
Well, you can always tell him how many hours he'd have to work to pay for them if you had to replace them.
Mm.
That was how I learned how much things cost.
Oh man. Well, I think I got through to him with a telephone because like if in my house, if I find your telephone, I'm gonna take it and see how long it takes for you to notice that I have your telephone. And I'm more or less talking about my son because I'll grab his phone because he'll like leave in the kitchen. I just grab it and walk out of the room.
Yeah, because what happens if he does that at a friend's house?
For me, that's such a good point. For me, he just leaves them in crushable areas.
As long as I guess the fridge might be out of the question too. When people have found their phone in the fridge.
Oh, absolutely. My hubby goes to the University of Phoenix and one more class to complete his third degree. Told him not very, he has notebooks. That's what I did laugh when all my old college books are online. All of them. Entire course. All.
Yeah.
I agree, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing. Absolutely. You have some serious equipment there, twin.
Well,
I'm jealous. I
I'm still
want the
trying
room
to figure out how
to
to use it.
Well, you can always loan it to me. I know how to use it. I just don't have the space.
Pack it up and send it to Wyoming? No.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Negative.
How big was the box? When you got the long arm, how big was the box?
Like 4 feet, like long. Because I had the long arm is an 8-foot bed, but it's 2 sections.
You're like, oh, the size of a toddler. That's huge. 4 feet is big.
And you see these muscles? They brought them in.
Sometimes people don't understand the value of a product or how much that item costs. That's a big deal with me and sewing in general. When people ask me, like, it's almost it's not insulting, but all the time people are like, you sew? Can you hem my husband's pants? Can you do this? Or you can my dad used to get so mad. He'd pull a sewing machine out. Everyone would come with all of their jeans and everything with holes in it. And now I understand why he would be like, kick rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I still have to wait for a second, but I'd rather watch the breakdancer from Australia. At least it was real.
I know somebody at work the other day asked me if I could fix a vintage quilt, and I said, no, I don't touch vintage anything. I'm just so afraid of something happening to it.
I don't
Want me
blame
to
you.
put another backing on it.
I cross over a lot of different genres. Like I have a saying that if you can't fight it, feature it. And I use that in sewing, but I learned that in woodworking.
Mm.
And also like there's all kinds of things I apply to my sewing that I learned in the world of construction. I remember getting my MBA, my business math book was like 500 exactly. That's what I'm saying. Every single one of my books, they were expensive. I still have every single one. Every single one. They're literally right here.
When I was in college, I was hitting up every used bookstore. I didn't care if it was like the edition that was before. It's all the same.
Some of my books were still $300 unused.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like that's crazy.
In excuse me. We have regulations on everything except for certain things. I used to gripe about this about taxis until Uber destroyed the taxi industry.
Yeah.
But to me, taxis were arbitrary because you get in a taxi in Manhattan, it starts at like $9 or something. You get in a taxi in Phoenix, it starts at $2. You get in a taxi, like because I've been to all these different places, and I felt like depending on where you were is where you were gonna get price gouged.
Mm-hmm.
True. They know where to get you.
Oh, should I line my hardest working man in showbiz shawl?
I don't know. I haven't had to see it.
I kept on asking, like, what's the difference between a scarf and a shawl?
Yeah.
And I now know the difference, but I still do not. I still will act like I don't know the difference. But
Well, I don't think I've seen your shawl.
I want to see it. I know I haven't.
I was thinking about putting black lining on this because I like the darker color, but I made this and it says the hardest working man in showbiz.
Oh,
I love it. Yes, line it.
Because I was going for James Brown meets Rasputin. Because every time I typed in shawl, it was some like Russian Orthodox priest. But I love this thing. But I have all these unfinished projects in this room, so I want to finish this because I'm gonna wear this.
Yeah, line it.
And this is
You need to be happy.
It is like Dr. Who.
I mean,
That's
is
crazy.
it dragging the floor?
Yeah, but I could fix that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to trip. No tripping.
That is true. And in one of my videos, I added it, but long story short, I don't have any of those books. I got a double degree in bookkeeping and accounting. Then my MBA got rid of those books years ago.
Yeah.
Scarf on neck, shawl over shoulder. So should I put this over my shoulder? Hold on.
Yeah, you still just don't need it to be a tripping hazard. That's my one concern. No tripping hazard, please.
I fell skating in the gym one time. I made bell bottoms. I had a sequin cape on. I was asking for trouble. I had a sequin cape on, bell bottoms. I was just asking to fall, and I bit it right on camera. Right on camera. I turned the corner, and my pants were longer than my skates.
Yeah.
My pants went right under it. I was like, whoop. And when you fall, that was last year. When you fall in your 40s, you don't get up as fast.
No, you don't. I'm actually got my ice skates up for sale for that exact reason.
That is like your degree scar with sequins on it.
Valedictorian.
Oh, he needs the ropes. You need the ropes to go with that.
Oh, and he needs
I have them in this room. I have them.
He needs the hat too, or the cap. Oh my. Yeah, he needs the cap.
Oh no, we're going full graduation.
Yes, absolutely.
I think I have.
We were talking college books a minute ago. Of course, we're going full graduation.
I think I still have my cap from clown school. I have to look. That was a joke. You guys got real quiet. That was a joke. Me and Krusty Clown and Sideshow Bob.
Nothing by you.
Well, I mean,
people.
There's just so many things I can say, but none that I can say.
We all know, guys. We all know the truth. So, how many clowns can you fit into a little bug?
No, when it's on him, it's a pimp shawl.
Yeah.
If you think about it, scarves used to be for males and shawls were for females. Okay. Do you know, still to this day, because I'll buy any kind of denim, I still do not know. Men's buttons are on the right.
Yes.
Yes. I had to think about that.
Because you know why, right?
Mine.
Yes, I do. I know like all the stuff behind it. But the other day I have this weird, it was like a fast fashion shirt I found. It was denim and I put a patch on it. And at work, and it's one of the young kids because they're super observant. All the old guys, man, I could walk in there on fire and they would be like, "Hey, man, what time you getting off today? How's it going? How's the kid?" But he noticed that my buttons were on the left. And I had to tell him, like, I don't care. And he's like, "You're wearing a woman's shirt." I was like, I don't care. It was black denim, like
It was cut for you. You were lucky.
Wait, clown college. And I just want to say for the record, I am not above wearing someone's 90s mom's denim shirt. I did on Christmas when I found that shirt in Vegas. I'm going to wear that again. Where it says Merry Christmas on the collar.
Yes.
That is my size. Me and someone's mom are the exact same size. I am not above wearing someone's mom's
I need you to
shirt.
put on I need you to put on an apron and making cookies for us too, okay?
There's like a song, The Thrift Store.
I got $20 in my pocket.
Yes, that song. But totally, all of this makes me think of that.
Oh, that is the theme song of my house. You don't even have to go to the Goodwill. You could come out of my closet with a fake fur coat in 10 seconds. Just like in the video, you could come right out dancing like Macklemore in 10 seconds.
I'll be there in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna go through your closet.
She's gonna pick me up first.
Oh yeah, I gotta go pick up Tammy.
With me, I actually realized that there is an actual clown college where you learn how to juggle, learn how to correctly wear a costume, and put makeup on. Do you know what's really funny? I still think this is kind of cruel. In high school, one semester or whatever, they taught us acrobatics, and they would fail you if you couldn't juggle.
Oh my goodness.
Spoiler. It was like one of the only true F's I ever got. And I knew the teacher, and he told me to my face, he was like, I'm trying to teach you a lesson. And I'm like, you failed me because I was like in my 30s when I told him. I was like, you failed me because I couldn't juggle.
That's ridiculous.
I couldn't juggle either. No, Gilroy, I'm not saying that.
I'm dying. No, my God. Mom's denim. Those 90s denim shirts are everywhere in thrift stores. So when I see them up, and the only way I can ever tell the difference is because the buttons are on the left. That is the only way I can ever, because they're made the exact same as a men's shirt.
Yeah, they are.
The shoulders, every cut, everything.
My husband has a phrase when he turns away more food or something that he's trying to keep his girlish figure, and it always makes the waiters and waitresses laugh. So, but no, I was not saying that about William. He has to say that for himself if he chooses to say so.
I'm full dad bod, and to all my dad bod people, hold on. I see you. You are important. Eat those chili fries. You've done your duty for Queen and Country. Eat those chili fries. Eat that chili dog. You are beautiful. And it's healthy to be round.
And all those sugar cookies. You forgot your sugar cookies.
Speaking of dad bod, I think we're 48 minutes in. You know, people tell me all the time. They're like, "Oh, so do you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie?" Yes, I do want a cookie. And I don't want an ordinary cookie. I had a moment at the grocery. The evil thoughts won at the grocery store today. Oh, I'm walking on my tail.
Oh,
the evil.
No. They definitely won. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're not allowed to meet my husband now because he did not need more inspiration.
And my son, and you know what's really funny? My son, and good for him, because he looked at me and he's like, that looks really good. I'm gonna try that. And I just looked at him, and he walked away. He came back with a cake because he knew.
He knew he wasn't gonna get any.
You will not live forever if you don't eat chili dog. I live for fair. I think it's because I grew up near an amusement park. I live for fair food.
Give me a something any day. Fondant cake.
Oh,
take one.
That's what I had for birthday not this past October, but the one before. I'm gonna have it again this year. 2025 is funnel cake year.
Eat that poutine? Absolutely.
Terry, this is a cookie.
That is a giant cookie.
This is a giant cookie.
This is the share with the class cookie.
Unhealthy.
No. So do I get any?
I'm trying not to forget about the giant cookie I have in here.
Ooh, he's not going to give you any.
He's not going to
That
give
is
me cookies.
That is
Well,
all
it's because
his.
I keep on forgetting certain things at the grocery stores. We keep on going back and going back. And my son makes good. I laugh because my son is the one making good choices. And I'm like, nope, bad choice. I'm going to get a cookie that's like bigger than my stomach. So if anyone asks me why I'm sick on Wednesday, and it's not because I'm sick, it's because I'm recovering from my cookie.
Oh, it's going to take you that long to eat it?
No, I'm probably going to eat
No.
the whole thing tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. You're not going to be, tomorrow.
It's just going to take him time to recover. So you need to be there tomorrow at my live, William. Just saying.
I will be there. I will.
You were required the next Tuesdays.
How long are we
So you
giving
can't
away
get
this thing? Do you know what's
Oh,
funny?
she said you're required.
I bought a 3-pound bag of pretzels, and my son and we manned that thing like within a week and a half.
Mm.
I looked at him. I was like, man, do you realize we ate 3 pounds of pretzels? I'm proud of you, man. So who knows?
What
No,
fraternity were you in?
I'm civilized. I'm gonna cut around the frosting. I'm gonna cut it in sections. I'm not gonna like just grab it and start eating it. You know.
Oh, I just figured you'd manhandle it.
I have a no. It's the modern era.
Yeah,
I have my
that
knife
bug.
and fork. I'm ready.
He's refined. He's a refined snacker. Okay.
It's
My
because
son.
he's on
My
camera
son is
right now.
extremely he's in MMA right now, so he's extremely healthy. Like he really takes care of himself. And I'm in this weird phase in my life of I spent a lot of my life working out, trying to look a certain way, always having a 6-pack, and then 40 happened to me. And I'm like, I am doing this not for myself. And so I started doing things I like eating pizza, eating funnel cake, going to pancake joints.
Carbs and sugar. Love it.
Oh, is my middle name. You know, Hawaiian Punch, all that stuff. I didn't drink any of that in my 30s. All these habits that I have now didn't start until I was in my 40s.
I don't know when my husband's habits started, but there you go.
Even my candy, my candy addiction didn't really kick in until in my 40s.
Oh, you had to mention candy. You know what mine is, right?
What's that?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper.
No, well, I drink that, but candy. What's my candy?
What candy do you eat?
Gobstoppers.
Oh, those are amazing.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm not a candy person. Like I'll eat a Snicker bar or I'll eat like a Reese peanut butter cup. But when it comes to candy,
That's like my only
Whatever
snacking
taking.
candy. I don't
It
do
has
like
like
gummy
chocolate.
bears sometimes.
has to have chocolate.
No.
Coach is constantly trying to get me to cut weight and hates my Sour Patch Kid habit.
No.
I don't eat
I'm
those.
with you.
Addicted. I need to go to Sour Patch Kids Anonymous. I eat so many.
Do you also eat Takis?
No, I went through this hardcore phase of eating flaming hot Cheetos when I was in my 20s. And I don't eat
That
any of
explains
that
it.
now. I think
That
it's
explains Sour Patch Kids.
I don't touch any of that stuff. I went through a hardcore flaming hot Cheeto phase.
Well, the Sour Patch Kids hit the same spots as like some of those spicier foods. So the people
Chemically speaking, you can feel it when it hits, because there's
Mhm.
just so much sugar in the Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Takis
That's just too
toasted
much.
too heavy to me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm not a
gonna
Takis
tell you
person.
the honest truth. I've never had Takis. I'm one of those people. I can't drink energy drinks. I've never had an energy drink besides a Red Bull. When I learned the hard way.
I don't like Red Bulls, but I like Celsius.
I had
Those were good.
as a
Battery acid. I'm also
as a
getting battery
middle
acid.
schooler, I had Volt. Do you guys
That's
remember
what-
Volt?
I
Yeah,
remember
like-
that. Oh yeah,
That
I
was,
remember all
it was
that.
way too much. I was at Six Flags and had 2 tall, like the whatever barbell things of Volt while I was there. I'll never do it again. Never do that stuff again.
I actually had to call an ambulance on somebody who downed a 5-hour energy and was everything that was on the label. That scared me straight when I watched them go through like everything they went through. I had to, man, they're just lucky I knew CPR. I might buy a bag of candy once a year, which is usually gummy bears. Oh, addicted.
Mm.
That's where my
Hairball
went from
gold
gummy
ones,
bears
yeah.
to Sour Patch Kids. Or Smarties. I also keep Jolly Ranchers in my refrigerator. Oh, I love Blue Sour Patch Kids. I think it's weird.
Good.
In America, they sell them all together.
Yeah.
Too much food coloring for me.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
I'm such a weird person. I'm allergic to tomatoes. I'm allergic to a lot of real ingredients. For some reason, I'm not allergic to all this weird artificial stuff.
Because it's processed.
And so I lean towards that stuff because I know it's not going to make my eyes swell. Like if I eat too much pizza, if I have like chicken primavera the next day, my eyes will completely be swollen. And so it's weird how I eat the crummy processed stuff because it doesn't have real ingredients. Like I'm allergic to tomatoes, but when I eat pizza rolls, I can eat 1,000 of them because it's not real tomato sauce in there.
That's right.
That's why they don't hurt me as much as all the other stuff. Okay.
It's sad.
Tomato acid tears me up.
And it's sad, like I've found that out the hard way too. Let's see how much I have a ton. I've been cleaning out, so I have a ton of ribbon. But let's see if I have a realistic amount of ribbon. And I should cut this where I'm not walking on it, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm dramatic though. I like things dragging. It's the drama.
Okay.
The drama.
Well,
The drama.
We really don't want to call 911 while you're on your live, William. That's
A,
not the
don't
idea.
we don't have an address. So how, like, I'm going to have to yell to Alexa. Oops, I just said the A word out loud. And I'm just going to yell to it.
I was conked
He'll
by
yell
my
to his Amazon
bagpipe.
device.
I was real life conked by my bagpipe live on a stream. And although it did give me a moment of like, wow, I really got hit in the head, I was all right.
Yeah, let's not try it again just for,
Yeah, we
you
just never
know,
know. Just
we don't need
just
second or
just
third
like-
times the charm. We're not going for how many times does it take to get, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? We're not trying that.
But 5-hour energies will send you to the ER. Pink Starburst
Yeah.
are the best. I was
Yeah.
addicted to those as a kid. I was addicted to Starburst as a kid. I
Oh,
tried
no.
one time a Mountain Dew energy drink, which is called Kickstart. And to me, it tastes like drinking carbonated water. Leaves a bad taste. Yuck.
No, thank you.
Oh, my
That
kid
Volt,
didn't notice me
yeah.
taking those one Easter. See, you got like, man, I told my kid, like, hey, I'm taking this. What's a tax? Tax. Welcome to life. Tax.
So
And I'll
Peeps,
take one.
Oh, Peeps. Peeps are challenging.
I
my
heard
gosh.
Easter and I think Peeps.
You
Are
don't
those
like
like-
them?
No, I asked if you eat them. I'm going to. I was going to. I was like in the process.
Well, okay.
You're going to eat them?
I'm 50-50 on Peeps, and the problem is it's not because I don't like them, it's because I've had too many.
Mm,
When Isaiah was younger, he was really, really picky. People would shower him with gifts on Easter and all this stuff. He would go through his, as a little kid, I'd be sitting on the couch. He would go through his basket and be like, here, my dad's a garbage disposal. Here, I know you'll eat this. I know you'll eat this. Like, so have a great
Were you
night,
the-
Mona. Thank you so much
Good
for
night,
stopping
Good night,
Mona.
by.
Mama.
were you the
So-
kid that ate all the black jelly beans too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah.
Mm.
Bagpipes was a hard hit. It was. You could hear the little ping when it hit my head. I learned to not store bagpipes so high.
I'm glad.
So your bagpipes were high. That's what you're saying.
They're high and heavy.
I am happy.
Peeps are, well, my opinion, are disgusting.
Mm.
Peeps are so nasty, but my mom would always get those. You know what's funny? I didn't start eating peeps until I had a child.
I noticed that with myself too. There's the things that I
How-
never ate before I had the girls.
The one thing you can never get me to eat are those Mary Jane candies during Halloween, the peanut butter, whatever they are, orange and black wrappers.
Oh man, I haven't seen those in so
Those are-
long.
Those, no, and I can't do the circus peanuts. Oh my gosh, circus peanuts are horrific. I don't do licorice either.
I just
black
looked it up.
licorice.
The 5-hour energies were involved in the death of no less than 20 people. I grew up in a
Yeah.
house of old-timey candy. So I've said this a million times. I don't like black licorice, saltwater taffy. There's all kinds of stuff. But I think my parents did that on purpose. Because that's not candy.
Mm.
Maybe in 1889 when it was candy. But to me, I'm like, whoa. Absolutely. Have a great night. No, yeah, those black jelly beans. I think that I'll throw them away.
That and the buttered popcorn ones from Jelly Belly right now. Like, buttered popcorn does not taste like buttered popcorn to me. It is the nastiest flavor to me.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm not anti-fruitcake. I don't drink
not either.
alcohol though. Like, it has to be a non-alcoholic fruitcake.
Mhm.
I love peanut butter kisses. The other day, I don't know what was wrong with me. I bought these giant Reese's peanut butter cups. They were so big I could put them on a plate.
Oh gosh.
I got really bored at Walmart and I was wandering the aisles. It was a bad
No
idea.
joke. No joke.
Oh, I was just
Yes.
kind of like, it was one of those things. I'm like, I'm wandering through Walmart and I'm like, am I of that age where I'm just perusing a store? And I was. I went through a hardcore red vine phase, so I would always have one of those giant things in my house. It makes my teeth hurt just thinking about them.
Mm-hmm. I can do
I mean-
Twizzlers, but I can't do red vines.
Necco
They process
wafer.
differently.
Oh
I do remember
my!
those.
My
Hate 'em.
parents were addicted to those things. I like licorice though. I had a hardcore thing for licorice. But will you eat Twizzlers? Or
Me?
like,
Yeah.
I will destroy some Twizzlers.
Mm.
And
Have
we
you
are
ever
now
had
the
the
candy
filled
portion.
ones?
What's that?
Have you ever had the filled ones?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
they have an orange with the cream filling that's supposed to be creamsicle.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Those raise my blood sugar so fast I can't eat them hardly, but I love the flavor.
My son the other day, he accused me. He's like, and he's said this for a very long time. He looks at me and he's like, "You use all of this sugary stuff as insulin. Go see a doctor."
Yeah. He's not
Probably
wrong.
not too far from the truth. What about the hard Christmas candies that lived in a dish?
Oh.
Do you remember the strawberry ones? The ones with the strawberry
No.
filling?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Those
I
were
would,
what
like-
my grandmother always stocked, and I would make extra trips by the candy dish because you could only pick them out when you went by the candy dish.
Mm.
So I would make extra trips to go pick those out so I could have those. I'd put them in my pocket, take them home.
One year I made myself sick, and so
Oh, yeah.
I never I like them, but I don't destroy them like I used to.
I don't
And that
either.
memory stuck with me for life. Do you know what I miss? When I was a kid, we used to get these lifesaver. They were like Christmas card. It was like a Christmas gift. It was like a stocking stuffer,
I still do those.
but it had every type of lifesaver you could possibly
Yes.
think of.
Yeah, now they just do the 5 flavor because my husband was still getting those for our youngest for Christmas every year. So this year I got him one.
Judy,
It's all flavor.
one time, because I let my son buy outrageous things. we bought like a 10-pound bag of Tootsie Rolls, and I haven't had a Tootsie Roll in 2 or 3 years because of that bag.
Have you had
We
the
just had
vanilla flavored ones?
I'm weird about I overindulged on white chocolate as a child, and so I'm weird about stuff like that.
They're kind of like they have that Tootsie Roll consistency, but they just taste like vanilla candy, vanilla taffy almost.
Interesting.
It's not
Rita
vanilla
does
chocolate.
not like Twizzlers. My ex worked at YNS who makes Twizzlers. He said if you saw how they made them, you wouldn't.
That's why I don't go look up how things are made sometimes. Don't know.
I used to hang out with somebody that traveled around the world 15 times, and he would always say, if you like what you're eating, do not look in the kitchen.
Mhm.
No. Don't ever look in the kitchen.
But he would say this in foreign country. This was his foreign country speech, and we knew it was coming. But he would always be like, well, "If you go to the bathroom and it's by the kitchen, just go like this. Don't even look."
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Especially like in other places they don't have the same standards as we do, and I'm not saying that in a bad way or a good way. It's just different,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And so you'll go to a different country, and you're like, they don't have gloves on. They just like their food, or someone's making your pizza and they're putting their finger in the sauce, like
Yes.
it's
So you can always imagine what happened before then, or you can just pretend that you didn't see it.
that I bought during Halloween 4 years ago. I get around this time of year, I go through my house and purge all the Halloween candy. I'm doing that, still doing it because my son hides it. He's like, this is perfectly good candy.
My husband hides it. I can't get rid of it.
My daughter was joking. One of those Christmas candies came out. I was ignoring her because I thought she was playing. I've had to give my son the Heimlich multiple times in his life. If I told you how many, you would be like, what? Lifesaver Christmas book.
Yeah.
I love
That's what it's
those.
called, the Sweet Story book.
Mhm.
When I was a kid, white chocolate is not. Thank you. I ate like a 4 or 5 pound bunny at like 7 or 8 years old, and I will never do that again. And I don't think the funny thing is, I don't think I've had white chocolate since. My body is like, nope.
Yeah, I only eat the white chocolate when it has like the Oreo crumbles in it.
The cookies and cream.
The cookies and
do it.
cream. But I mean,
I
that's
do eat
once every other year. So
I do eat white chocolate, but it's
yeah.
because I'm not a big chocolate fan to begin with. So that's my substitution and as close to how I get a crossover.
I need a chocolate intervention. I'm a chocoholic.
So I have 80% dark chocolate in the house, and so I'll eat a square every few days.
Oh man, this thing smells like a giant cookie. Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, it's soft
The
too.
cookie smells like a cookie.
Is it chocolate chip?
Yes.
Just put your face in it.
So you're saying we need to play tic-tac-toe on his face. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness.
man.
Yes, Alibaba.
I need
She
you to
said,
describe it. Go ahead.
yeah.
Turn off you're going to need to turn off your camera. People don't need to see. We all know
This is not a mukbang channel. This is a sewing channel. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting over Kilroy's comment.
I win.
Yes,
I win the comment of the year award.
No, not comment of the year, just comment of this live.
So far.
We
January
still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go.
I know.
Oh my gosh, why is it so good?
Oh, it was made for you.
I'm addicted to decadence.
Yeah.
I am such a
We had
first
no
world
idea.
problem kind of person.
We had no idea, William. You're telling us great news.
I made such terrible decisions at the grocery store today. Like, I
Were
looked
you
at my
hung-
cart. I looked at like, and we had food and like stuff we were gonna eat, and I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed for myself.
Mm.
I constantly say that I eat like an emancipated 13-year-old, but I think this proves that I eat like an emancipated 13-year-old.
Yes,
All I
you
know
do.
was chocolate chip.
So, question: were you when you were at the grocery store? Were you hungry?
Starving to the point where I should have had a snack because I was like
Yeah.
people like I'm not joking when I say I get hypoglycemic. Like I was like almost there. And
You
so
need
I
to
was
like eat before
dreaming.
you go. You need to eat before you go. Like sit in the parking lot, scarfing down that McDonald's hamburger or whatever. You know, eat. Yes,
I did
correct.
have a McChicken. McChickens saved me from tickets. They say like I drive slower when I'm not hangry.
Mhm.
Yeah. So sit in the parking lot and eat something before you walk in, so that you don't impulse buy the amount of sugar and crazy stuff that makes your son roll his eyes.
He's good. No, he eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think it's because my work is so erratic and I take cat naps. And I'm doing everything for everybody else. I'm constantly doing laundry. I'm at work solving other people's problems. And
You need
so I binge eat, but I'm
You
eating
need to
sugar all day long. And so I think my levels are going up and down because I don't have enough in my system. Then I'm like, I'm like all like I can feel the sluggish behavior.
We need to put William on your list of people that gets to ask for things from you. We need to put you on your own list so you can ask for things from yourself.
It's a giant chocolate chip cookie with a gang of frosting on it. I never ever shop for food when hungry. I was starving and eat that ham sandwich from that pocket. You think I'm playing, man? Like I always have food around me for that very reason. But today was the first day back, so I'm not in the groove. Today was the first day. Today was literally the first day back from Christmas vacation, so I'm not in my my usual groove. I need to go back to my ham and cheese croissant addiction. But then I played that out. I have to take years off and years on.
No, do you take like the croissants and you put ham and cheese and then you put it in the oven and you cook it?
Yes.
So it's like a melted ham and cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
only
that's
like
good.
even at the donut shop they heat it up and it's bomb. They have a toaster at the donut shop by my house. They have a toaster oven.
I make those weekly because the girls love it. So either ham or turkey. Yeah.
I just had a chocolate Pop-Tart. Thank you. I will be up all night.
You're welcome, Terry. Glad we can contribute.
The only thing I do is say for me is sweet junk food would be Granny Smith apples with peanut butter. Oh, that reminds me of being a kid. I loved that combo as a kid. Oh, I loved that combo. But
I'm an apples and caramel person.
Mm-mm. I don't like caramel.
Parent got candy earlier. The amount of butter they use on everything gets me. It's insane how much butter they put in everything. How are you doing the three-way on the screen? Oh, how are you doing the three-way on the screen? StreamYards allows you to have how many people? Because I downgraded.
6 maybe.
Because I used to have the one where you could have 100 people in, but I think it's only 6.
Yeah.
I still eat that combo. For me, the combo I still eat is celery, carrots, and ranch dressing.
Oh yes.
I would do the carrots and ranch, but I won't do celery.
I like
I was
celery.
never a
So peanut butter too. That's good. Well, you don't eat peanut butter, but yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I have to be semi-responsible. I have to
I mean,
there's a whole list of things I'm not supposed to be eating, and I eat them anyways. And the older I get, the less I can deny it. Like the whole
You know,
tomato
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
If I go too crazy on tomato, I will wake up and my eyes are swollen.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No,
And so, I
that's
have
not.
to be real with myself.
I mean, you're eating a cookie with a knife and a fork right now, so
Terry, ain't nobody paying for
Etiquette.
nothing.
I have etiquette, twin. I do.
love it.
Why'd you have to bring it up? That thing is so good. I'm trying to stay away from it.
Well, it's like within arm reach. You have to move it.
It's
Yeah,
so rich. It is so rich. I'm gonna have to share this. And you want to know why I'm sharing this? Is because my son bought a giant chocolate cake, and I was like, you're sharing that, right? I just had to look at my StreamYard, and it's actually 11. Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
I don't think mine shows that, but I haven't used I don't use StreamYard that much. It's swapping back and forth between Streamlabs and StreamYard.
Yes. So what happens is StreamYard, depending on your package, you get an allotted amount of hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go back and watch it. But it is once you stream, it's on YouTube forever. Unless you personally erase it, or they take it down. But you get a certain amount of hours. I don't save them like I used to. Because I stream all the time.
Yeah.
Is it one person with 10 guests? So a total of 11. It's been so long, but when you get that many people in there, you get this Borg hive, like honey drone feeling of like 15 people fighting for air.
Yeah. It's too much.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, and then when I go on those bigger lives, I just start sewing. I just put myself on mute and I just start sewing. And then I just listen for my name. It's just too much.
I mean, I think I've been on one that had like 6 people, and that was still a lot. I would never put more than 2 guests on, I don't think. But I use Zoom with Streamlabs. I don't use StreamYard.
Can you have a lot of people with Zoom?
Well, okay. So I have a paid Zoom, or my husband has a paid Zoom, and that's what I'm using. Paid Zoom, I think I can have 100 attendees at one time.
Yeah.
And then I'm basically sharing my screen. I'm sharing my Zoom screen through Streamlabs. StreamYard, with the free version of Zoom, I don't know how many people you can have, but your limit is 30 minutes.
It is.
You cut off at 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to use my educator one because it's free and it's unlimited.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's 30 minutes, and then there's like another tier to it, where it's 2 hours, and then after that, it's unlimited.
Yeah, I do have the unlimited. That's how I host my retreats over the weekends. When I host a weekend retreat, is I host it in Zoom, so nobody's broadcast on the net, but people can come in and pop back out, and then once we get big enough, I'll do breakout rooms and such.
Oh my gosh, that cookie is! I need to put the lid on this. This is actually a really good question.
I'm sitting here jealous.
This is a really good question. YouTube is supposed to show you every single person who shares your stuff. Excuse me, and they're really random with it.
They are. It's the same thing as when people subscribe to you. Mm-hmm. So like I've got my subscription set to public. So if I subscribe to your channel, you're going to know that I subscribe to you. Like it's going to tell you, it's going to send you a notification. So if I unsubscribe from you, it may also tell you that I unsubscribed. But like, let's say Kilroy doesn't have their settings set to that, and they come subscribe to me. I may never know that they subscribed unless they're in my chat under subscribers only. So
it's really weird and arbitrary, but the whole terms of service is arbitrary. Yeah, because I recently heard a song on Shorts that they try to take my channel down over, and I'm like, why do you let these people post this, but you won't let me? But it's been a while. So maybe they were testing the water.
Mhm.
It's
There was one night
possible.
I used that James Brown, the I'm back in a bunch of shorts. There was one random night I go on and YouTube was like, you have 17 violations because I had 17 videos using it in my shorts. And I panicked. I was like, what are you talking about, YouTube? But they fixed it. But they blocked
Yeah.
all of those videos.
That YouTube does have royalty-free music that you can download. None of it's ever the popular stuff, but you can use the royalty-free. And then I think there's there is some kind of music player or something that you can have playing in the background during your live or during your stream or whatever. That's also royalty-free, so you can use it without YouTube coming to get you.
Sometimes people take the comment off. There's a YouTuber I have been subscribed to for 6 years or even longer. She was ruthlessly trolled online. So she takes the comments off. The only people who commented were dude bros giving her a hard time.
Yeah.
That's
And to her credit, though, it's been 6 years. She still does the same show. Like, I actually use her as an inspiration. Because no matter what, she kept going,
Yeah. You get kicked out 40 minutes. Yeah, whoever's starting the Zooms then, if they're kicking out at 40 minutes, then they don't have a paid version. If you have a paid Zoom, you don't have more time.
Oh, like the big cat, she got slapped. That's like... Aww. I used to own a min pin in a house, and she lived in a house with 7 cats.
Shoot.
And the cats had no pay, and they weren't like not dog friendly, but they were like, "You're too young." Bam, because all the cats were old, and Lulu was a puppy, and she once wanted to play.
Yes,
that's all puppies want to do. They just want to play.
One of those for YouTube songs.
Yes,
writers is Canadian. But I downloaded a bunch of copyright free stuff, and every time I post it, it says copyrighted.
Yeah, I download specifically. It's YouTube royalty free. If you Google that, that's where I find mine.
I need to look that up.
I need to get more. My sons are getting old.
Gives them a hard time, like you just mentioned, but doesn't subscribe. Can't help but wonder if someone's in the comments. Very true. Very like, and also, I could be wrong, but if it's a minor, the comments are turned off, right? Like if it's meant for kids.
Well,
I post everything for
yeah, I do too, for adults only. So
YouTube will disable commenting if
my youngest can't comment, but my oldest can.
Yeah. So, well, that's if they're using their legitimate age. But yeah.
No, I laughed because I looked at my son's YouTube because I'm all up in his business. But then I was going through all the information and I looked, and he put his birthday and everything, but he put the year he was born. He put the year I was born.
Yeah, that's how you get around it.
So his account thinks that he's my age.
Yeah, that gives him access.
Because I was wondering why he had access to everything, and then it dawned on me, wow.
Yeah. He found the way around.
He knows all of my information, which is a good thing if I pass out. But he knows all my information. That's a big cat, 38 pounds.
Yeah, that's massive.
That is a huge cat.
That's almost as big as my dog.
The min pin I had and fully grown was 17 pounds.
Wow. I have a cat that big.
It was all legs.
I call her Fat Cat. She's 18 pounds of love. She's massive.
As someone who didn't see like those Maine Coon cats or any of those cats until I was an adult, I didn't think those things were real. Do you know I was thinking about this the other day? I want a hairless cat. When I'm older and I finally retire to my official craziness, I think I'm gonna get a hairless cat.
Okay.
I cannot handle them. They are just
Are
no.
you gonna dress up as Dr. Evil too?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I yeah.
Because when I think of hairless cats, that's what I think of.
And I will name the cat Mr. Bigglesworth. I will.
Just make
I
sure
know that
you give them a sponge bath every day.
And I can make them little sweaters and hoodies.
you have to because they get cold.
No, the large hood, like an oversized hood.
The cat can walk in
Big
that.
Absolutely. Oh, he can. You can pin it back. You can have matching outfits.
Extremely high maintenance. I
Yes,
will say,
they
I've
are.
never heard a good report of those cats. I like ugly cats. Like in Mexico, they have this certain type of dog that you really don't see in America, and it's really ugly, and I want that.
Exotle. The exotle.
Just because they exist doesn't mean
they're like little mini coyotes.
Oh.
Yeah. My
dogs.
The two hairless cats that I know of, one's named Charlie Nohara, and the other one is named Scarlet Nohara.
Oh. I would name mine William because I was never able to name anything after myself. I'm kind of glad I didn't name my son William.
He needs his own personality.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
But I'm named after my grandfather, and I'm my own person.
Yeah, but there's enough difference between you and your grandfather.
And me and my uncle, we have the same name, and we are polar opposite. You can't put him and I in the same room. We don't even like each other.
I have an aunt like that. You can't put me and her in the same room.
My uncle was a sheriff for over 40-something years, and so he wasn't used to hearing no.
And you say no all the time.
I have to sometimes, or like his kids are a bit degenerate, and I can say it just because it's the truth. And like, I fired my cousin because he wouldn't show up on Mondays, and my uncle came and talked to me, and I was like, "The man's in his 40s. You need to stop defending him."
Absolutely, he's a grown man.
But if you can't handle the job, and the funny thing is, I need you on Monday. I need you to be there on Monday. Monday's the most important day. Oh man. This is where recliner takes up the whole seat. When was it?
Good night, Judy.
Good night, Judy.
Have a great night, Judy. Thank you so much for stopping by. My friend has 2 Siberian forest cats. They're a big butt. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look those up now because of my name. I'm gonna have to look this up. Just to find out what they look like.
Absolutely. I'm the same way. Things are beautiful, but they require a lot of skin care.
They do.
I want one so bad. It's just one of those weird things.
Are you allergic to cats, William?
Yes.
You'll still be allergic to Sphinx.
They're hairless, though. I just watched a video about a guy who is hypo.
It's saliva.
Oh.
Well,
It's
it's
the
not like
saliva
it. Are you gonna let the cat kiss you? I mean,
cats get everywhere.
No, they don't.
Get up on your table.
No, I don't even know. Like, don't they? No. But I guess if they're cleaning themselves and then you pet them, I understand. No.
Find somebody who has one and go see if you can stand being around the cat before you invest in one. Find out how bad your allergy is.
You know, it's just one of those weird things. Well, dogs bark and shit everywhere.
Yeah, those
I'm
dewlaps, they go.
again. I'm biased because I grew up around dogs, so I am utterly and completely biased when it comes to dogs.
I
I
didn't
used to have
grow
an
up. I'm sold.
an
I'm sold
18-year-old
now.
bobcat cross that I named her Oscar the Grouch. She hated dogs. She was always waking up the dogs to slap them. The dogs walk by and get a slap on the butt. There are certain cats that are not scared of dogs at all. I currently have 5 dogs and 3 cats.
Whew.
I
Yeah,
lived in a house. I lived in a house that had 7 cats, 1 dog, fish, and lizards.
It's a pretty busy house.
We had to wait until we got rid of our birds before we got cats. We had birds and fish. Then we got cats, kept the fish.
Yeah, JP, he's not scared of anything.
He's still a kitten too.
Oh, kitten that, yeah.
He's growing up with everything.
Oh, whoops. I am flopping this cookie on my microphone. I'm a mess. I'm getting frosting everywhere.
Okay, so you didn't trip over your shawl.
No, he has it hanging up now.
No, but I am a natural born goof in that sense. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 5'9" with size 13 shoes, so I do trip on air. Like Chevy Chase, I do.
You trip on your toes.
You have
You
no
trip on
idea.
your own toes. Being the birds, we still have no idea. Right there.
All my cats are scared of the dogs. Even our bull mastiff, who weighs 125 pounds at age 2. Cats are no joke. My friend has a bobcat cross as a kitten, attacked a pit bull. See, that's a whole. We have to warn people where I live because we have lynx. We have to tell people they are not big cats. These are not house cats. They look like it. If their tail is taller than you, run. Because we have bat line. The bat line. Give me a second.
Didn't hurt the dog, but the look of the dog's face was, what did I do? Yes.
My dog got raised. My pup got raised around outdoor cats.
Yeah.
When we first brought him home, he was smaller than the largest cat. And then in like 2 months, he was standing and the cat could walk underneath him. It's like crazy. I got the pictures too. He was such a puppy. Such a puppy.
Oh, man. You know, the school year's back and I'm busy all of a sudden. None of this stuff happened during the Christmas break.
Welcome back.
Why would it happen during Christmas break? Everybody else was taking Christmas break too.
I was sitting on the couch eating bonbons and ho-hos, enjoying my life. And then Christmas break is over and it's back to reality.
Welcome. I'm glad that you finally joined forces because I had this last week.
Ugh.
I know.
I think that's what today is. Today is that like harsh reality of like, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back.
At least the cat doesn't mess with the nervous system like my parents. It's exactly when the female Shar-Pei, she looked at me like I was just tasting the cat. Let's see. I have the black Christmas tree. Full moon. People are acting crazy.
Yeah. Real life. Real life. Any teacher can tell you when the full moon's coming. We don't have to look in the sky.
Your kids have already told you.
Absolutely.
It is that's a real thing. Like if you look at crime reports or anything, people go crazy when there's a full moon.
Yeah, and because you don't sleep as well at night. That's another reason too.
Is that real? So it's
Yeah.
really the pull of the tides and everything?
It's
Yes,
full
the
of
gravitational
tide.
pull. The
heat.
gravitational pull makes a difference.
Yeah, it's the sky is lighter at night. It's not as because it's not as dark. The full moon is out, so it's just like kids don't sleep as well.
I mean, you
It's
can even have blackout curtains and still not sleep as well.
yeah.
Magnetic
It's
forces.
Do not sleep. It's brutal. I think that's the thing. I don't sleep at all. So like, even when the moon's
You
not
don't
out,
even
I'm
know.
affected
Yeah,
as well.
you have some other polar existence that's pulling you away.
ER lights up during a full moon to lots of heart attacks.
I bet.
Yeah. Because all the people who haven't slept making them crazy.
My same uncle that I don't like, who was a cop, he'd always say, worse than the moon being out was the Super Bowl. In America, the Super Bowl night was the most had the most fights, the most people fighting each other. Just it was like,
Ridiculous.
yeah.
No, it's worse than a political election. It's crazy.
But I
It's
guarantee you
coming
that
up
probably
too.
still goes on today because people.
Really.
How many people will not watch football all season long, but they'll watch the Super Bowl? You know what? I'm guilty of it. My mom and I have a tradition where every year we'll bring a bunch of finger foods and we watch the Super Bowl.
To watch the commercials, right?
Oh, absolutely. As the years go on, she cares more about the football season. She knows more about the football season than I do. You know?
I don't bother with pro. Once the college season is over, I'm lost. Oh, teams are playing. Okay, gotcha.
We're so connected to the universe, our chemistry, and it's absolutely never going to the hospital during a full moon. I try to avoid the hospitals.
I try to avoid altogether.
I have a list of places I try to avoid. One Steeler game a couple weeks ago, the Steeler fans started brawling with each other. This happens so frequently at Dodger Stadium that the stadium is literally cut up in sections. The pavilion is completely separated from the rest of the stadium.
Oh wow.
Because there is so much violence and so much, so many fistfights going on. So, like, if you pay for the pavilion, you can't walk through the rest of the park. And if you're in the park, you can't go to the back of the stadium.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's because people can't hang. And Dodger Stadium is beautiful because they have $15 tickets. They still have $20 tickets. So you can go and they have packages where you pay like $100, you get hot dogs, soda, nachos. So they still have affordable packages, but you're sitting in the pavilion where people fight each other.
That's why they're fighting each other. That's why.
I'm not kidding you. I can't. It was the commercial where the guy raised it, then it came running up to him at the parade. I don't know what I was going through that year. I cried at that Clydesdale commercial.
Mm-hmm. Those are one of my favorite. I still remember like the Budweiser frogs from back in the day.
I do remember that.
Bud,
I think Yep. I think the Puppy Bowl ruined it for me because they started bringing out the Puppy Bowl, and I thought it was going to be this great, fantastic thing. And the first year that I tried to watch it, it was like a complete bust. I don't remember what exactly happened, but I was so disappointed that I think it ruined the actual Super Bowl for me.
Mm-hmm.
I did a live during
absolutely. Very touching. I cried thinking about it. Absolutely. It's amazing. I never cry anything, but the commercials is so amazing. They do that on purpose because in a sad way, it's a weird tradition now. Mm-hmm. Or like the old Coca-Cola bear.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. It's not Christmas until I hear the Hershey commercial with the da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I've been hearing that my whole life. The Cadbury egg commercial. That's the same commercial that's been playing forever.
I have the
Who's-
Coca-Cola bear. I have a Coca-Cola bear.
No.
I do. I meant to
Who's the
bring him in.
halftime show this year?
What's that?
Who's the halftime show this year?
I don't know. That's a
Anybody know?
really good question. Alexa, who's performing at the Super Bowl halftime this year?
Rihanna was the halftime performer for Super
Rihanna? Is that what she said?
That was 2 years ago. I don't think she understood what I
No.
was asking.
I got you.
Okay. It's going to be on February 9th this year. So now we know what I'm doing in my live. I did a live during the Super Bowl last year.
I always hop on lives during the Super Bowl because I get bored after halftime.
Kendrick Lamar. Rap. He's a rap megastar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't listen, and I'm not even saying this to show my age. He's not necessarily somebody that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes, I'd
keep
have
in
to.
mind, let's be real. I still listen to Run DMC. I'm old.
No, I
I
like
still
that.
listen to
No.
Aerosmith. I was thinking today.
Yes. That's not old. I got you.
I found this scarf and I tied it to my microphone, and I'm like, oh, that's so Aerosmith.
It is. It is.
Random. What the? Okay, random thought. So you know why they chose who they chose for the Super Bowl, or who they choose for the Super Bowl halftime shows, right? Because it moves around from city to city. The Super Bowl committee has to choose a performer that's connected to the city. So this year's performer is either connected to New Orleans, or it's New Orleans-based music, or something like that.
Yeah, it
There
is.
has to be, yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah, so that's why they choose some of the people that they got. Oh, Rita has a collection of the Coca-Cola bears, different sizes. I have one stuffed one, and somewhere I'll have to check my coffee and tea stand and see, because I haven't been drinking any tea lately, and see if I've got my Coca-Cola bear mugs.
I have a question for you. You know, when it gets late at night, when it's all cold and I'm in my bed, I always think about what happened to those people that had 20,000 Beanie Babies.
You know, some of them are actually selling off their collections now. Some of them, their kids are selling off their collections now. And like during 2020, during the pandemic, that's when a lot of them got sold off, because people were like, okay, let me make money to pay my rent now with this collector's item that I've had since I was 5.
Are they valuable?
Some of them are. Yeah.
Not all of them. If they were still in the original packaging, like if they came in packaging, they need to be in the original packaging. No dust, like pet and smoke free home typically. Like they want it as pristine as possible. That will raise the price of the Beanie Babies. Alibaba says, I've seen one collection of Beanie Babies being sold last week. 3 rooms full, 20,000 all in
Good
packages.
gravy. And people think I'm crazy with my sewing machines. Do you see this? 20,000.
I mean, they're selling them for more than they paid. But you have to think about it. If you were to buy those today, like if a Beanie Baby was like $10 back then, what would the current value of it be? And are you actually making much over inflation?
Okay, like I don't know if you can see, I have a very rare statue of Master Chief who has a Dodger hat on his head. Okay. My Halo statue, it was never sold in stores. It came from a gaming store back in the day when they had video game stores in malls.
Yeah. Okay.
Master Chief started when I first started looking it up, it was like worth $1,000. Now Master Chief is worth like $3,000 or $4,000.
And
how rare he is.
Now your goal is to make sure that you sell him if you're going to sell him, that you sell him before the market for buying him crashes.
Well, it's rare because a lot of them were just chucked in the garbage. Because people who worked at malls, they would take the display whenever and they'd switch over and just be like, all right, I'm getting rid of this.
Yeah.
But somebody thought this would be a beautiful mascot, and they gave it to my old boss. And like a baby, I used to ask him, I'm like, can I have that? And he'd be like, no, you can't have that. And it sat in my shop for years and years.
Did I just run out of bobbin, you guys?
4,000
lose bobbin
collecting
chicken?
dust with a Dodger hat. I'm preserving it, Kilroy. The value of the Beanie Baby is based on which one, how many made, and the biggest is whether it's the original packaging with all the documents, plus how many were made of that particular one.
Yeah, like if it was like if they only produced like 100 of something, that's going to be more valuable than the one that they produced 100,000 of.
Star Trek toys are like that, like the stuff from the early 90s, because there weren't too many of them made. It's insane how much the toys are worth, all because of a serial number.
Mhm.
Yeah, and tag error. Yeah, that also makes them rare.
Baseball cards too. If you have an error on a baseball card, it's worth so much
So
money.
much more. Yeah.
My uncle worked at a cinema. He got movie posters worth tons, exactly, and they chucked a lot of those in the garbage too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
I
who
got
wants
really
to hang on to them long enough to make them make money?
or who has a space for a 9-foot poster?
Yeah.
Because these movie
know, I
posters, they're not tiny,
No, they're not. Mhm.
I knew somebody who broke their arm during the World Cup, and to their credit, they still have the flag. When was the World Cup in LA? It was like 94, 92, one of those years. But they had these massive flags up on all the light poles, and I knew someone that got injured taking one down, but he still has it. And he clutched onto that thing all the way in the hospital, all the way home. Oh. By the way you're looking, Coach, you're not going to help me get that flag off the light pole, huh? You're looking truly unimpressed by by breaking arms to retrieve a World Cup flag.
Yes.
It's not as bad as Yankee Stadium. The last game, people were literally ripping the seats out and walking out. They were taking stuff off taking all the plaques off.
All
the World Series?
No, the last Yankee
or
game.
before they moved to the new stadium.
Yeah, when they got rid of Yankee Stadium, when they got rid of the old stadium and they got the new one, people like the last game, people literally were taking stuff, just literally.
I believe that.
Taking stuff.
I believe it.
We had a 9-foot poster of cats in our living room. When I was a kid, I had to be sent to a specialist, and he got the movie theaters and there to give him old posters and put it in his office. He changed them out to give his patients the old ones. See, they don't have doctors like that anymore.
Oh wow!
There are doctors like that, just not around here. Not around here.
Example: the Wallace Beanie Baby is worth $6,000.
600 grand.
Oh, 600 grand! I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, you're good.
I inherited a camera collection, and I swore the Kodak A was going to be just my crown jewel.
Yeah,
and so many were made.
Oh my! I had to cry. I also had a crossbow as a child that I thought was really rare, and it was mass produced in the 1970s.
I had a medium format camera that I was hanging on to because I thought it was going to be worth something, and I just realized that it wasn't worth hauling around.
Mine when my son was younger, he opened a bunch of Star Trek toys because I had this I was either going to sell them at Comic-Con or something, and you know what? I was like, you only live once. Let the kid play with the toys. I'm still to this day not mad about him. And when he grew up, I did take every single one of them back. They are actually in my desk, right? Just not in the package anymore.
You can take him out and play with him.
I used to have them on my desk, and then one day I gave myself a hard time. I think I need to bring Jordy and Worf back.
Do you know what I love? There's car washes around here, and they take those figures and they put them throughout the car wash so that the little kids can wash them, look for them as they're going through. In upstate New York, they have a bunch of like Batman, Spider-Man, and all those
Oh,
Marvel
that's awesome.
and DC. Yeah, it's
They
great.
had that.
So you
They
can do
had
something
that
like
here. And it took me a long time. I was like, why are there all those figurines in this stinking car wash?
yeah. I thought it was cute, especially when you have little kids.
There's an issue when a 14-year-old cat is addicted to the pizza flavored Pringles. Then again, who buys Pringle chips for a cat? Hey, that cat and I have something in common. I love the pizza Pringles. Oh, wow. My dad had a vintage accordion camera. My brother still has it. I have every inception of a camera from the Kodak A. That's going to be one wing in my museum. I even have the 7mm video. I have like all the original video cameras, all the original home cams.
I have a video camera. I named it. Like, how I give everything.
I don't know
personal.
why you do that.
But I have
You are okay. You just had a giant cookie, and you're telling Jess you don't know why she does something. Just saying.
It's the cookie talking. It's the sugar. It's the sugar.
The sugar
I'm ready
always
to go
talks
right
mean
now.
to me. It's okay. The sugar never understands Jessica.
Yeah, it's still early. I might make a coat tonight. I've been going through my oopsies, and I'm like, I could make a coat out of you. I think there's enough fabric for this.
Special project?
Well, I just said what it was, so it won't be. It'll be special, not secret.
Did you watch Sewing Street? Did that inspire
You didn't see the smile. You didn't see the smile. Like, hey.
No, what is Sewing Street?
That's that UK based
Yeah. Remember
home shopping network thing that I was telling you
Oh,
about.
that's right. Let me look and see if I'm subscribed to that, because there is something that I watch. It's like I used to fall asleep to it. It's sewing, but it's it might be that.
Did you? One of you mentioned it last time. Was it you, Tammy?
It was me.
And I put it.
I watched it early Saturday morning while I couldn't sleep. So
Okay, I'm subscribed to them. I've been subscribed to these people for years. I used to fall asleep to them. Are they they're in the UK, right?
that they are. I actually looked them up because I was like, okay, they sound like they're Australian, but they don't sound like Sean from The Guy Who Sews. So I was sitting there, I was like, I have to figure out where these people are.
My brother collects cameras, but he also shoots with them. So cool. I have quite a few in here that I should be using. I have a bunch of Nikons that I should be using. They're all behind.
Photography is the one area where you can shoot people, cut their heads off, and nobody gets mad at you.
People are so weird, though. My father was a photographer, and people, like, if you walked around with a camera, people would pose for a picture. People were hams back in the day, and now people are so much more like, what are you doing? What are you like? So now when I take pictures, I make sure no one's in the shot. No.
Yeah, you have to. So like I stopped shooting people mainly because it's like too much drama. It's like I didn't sign up for this much drama, but I did some shots, some pro bono work for a community thing, and somebody got mad at me for selling one of the people their own photos. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, they have a right to their own photos. And if they want to pay me for all the raw images, I'm allowed to sell my work. You can't tell me I can't sell it.
Yeah. That's when you hit ignore.
Well, I
Even if it's
wish.
in front of you.
Yeah, they were
I
they
think
were
in
kind of right in front of me.
we're like in today's world, we're much more astute, so we argue everything. I think things were much more agreeable back then. People, we kind of just had a common base.
Mhm.
I think
Now
it's
everybody's coming from
to
such
argue to argue.
people are coming from such different directions. You almost have to be cautious.
I think she was just mad at me for other reasons and decided to take it out of my photography.
Yeah.
Like she had a right to it and I didn't have a right to my own photography. Like I couldn't sell the images that she was using too.
You know, and it's also how people react. When I was in Vegas, I oh, it's funny, and now they have weird laws now. Oh, so there's bridges that connect all the casinos. I was trying to take a picture with my cape, but I noticed that I was drawing a lot of attention. Every time I turn a corner with my cape, people are like, "What did you just jump? What did you do? Where are you from?" You know. Yes, I am safe.
The Time Lord.
There's a fire. There is a fire by my house. It's only 14% contained, but it's not going in my direction. So we are safe.
Right now.
But you have to be careful when you take pictures because you know, people don't react like they used to. When I'd see someone dressed crazy, I'd be like, hey, nice jacket, or you know, now it's the strangest thing. Well,
Good
I'm
night,
calling
Sir
it a night.
Terry.
Thank you
Good night,
so much
Terry.
for stopping by, Terry. Thank you so much. How's it going, Skids? Great to see you.
Hi,
Great to
Skip.
see
How are
you.
you?
Case.
And even as somebody who wears crazy stuff, I have to look where I'm posed. That's why I do a lot of my stuff at my house because no one says a word to me at my house. But in Vegas, like, and I had to
When you're
laugh.
in Vegas. Not
The-
everything stays in Vegas.
The first time I walked up to the Vegas sign, because you don't see Elvis anymore, there was an Elvis impersonator there, and Elvis looked at me like I was crazy. He didn't like my cape. Hey, Katie.
He's jealous.
Elvis, what? He should have asked a question. I'd give him a good price. I would hook Elvis up. Those prices are scary. I've been following them since. Yeah, it's really scary actually, but it's on the other side. It's pretty contained on my side so far. When people are in public, there is no expected privacy. Oh no, I'm not saying I expect privacy at all. Common courtesy. People are just rude and they say crazy things.
Correct.
I always watch out to make sure there's no minors in the background because they can't sign release forms on their own.
When I went, like, the Las Vegas sign is a real tourist attraction. They have a parking lot there now. So when I go there at like 5:45 in the morning when no one's there. But Elvis was there.
I'm not awake at 5:45 in the morning usually.
When I go shopping, I get up early. Like I am I'm there when the doors open. I'm always so excited to be in Las Vegas that I am wide awake. Pete's back. Yay!
Yay, he's back in 2 days.
Just get ready to crash and just thank you, Skids. Thank you for stopping by. We're okay. Everything is good here. You'll know if I have to leave because I'll make a video about it. They are not playing though, because it used to be like if they tell you to evacuate, you have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't want to be responsible.
It's legal to take pictures of the children in public without their consent. This is because there's no law that prohibits people from taking photos of others in public.
Yep, that's right.
I also found out in the state of California.
I know, but I say, God.
Basically, if your kid makes a bunch of money on television, you can take up to 80% of their income.
As a parent?
Yes, in the state of California, because in my state, kids make millions and millions of dollars here, and they have for a very long time. So and I just thought that was so interesting when I found that out the other day.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview of Bill Mummy. He was on Lost in Space. He was on everything. Babylon 5. He's on all these shows. But he was basically saying, like, he was just saying the reality behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I just try not to include kids because I'm a published professional photographer.
Mhm.
So I don't want to deal with any backlash, and if I don't have a signed consent from everyone that's in my pictures, then I'm not taking them because I can't publish them anywhere.
Gary Coleman was such a sad story because towards the end of his life, he just wanted to work a regular job. He was forced into reality television because he was a security guard in Hawthorne. People would follow him around taking his pictures.
Oh, so sad.
And they would be like, oh, Gary's over here or he's over there. He was just working a normal job because he needed the money. And also the guy who played Alvin on the Cosby Show, people shamed him for working at Trader Joe's. You should be happy Alvin has a job that he's like working, that he's a working human being,
Exactly.
It's just crazy. I make sure I don't have my kids in my videos cameras here too. I don't think it's right to take pictures of them without their parental permission. I'm like that with my son. I tell him, like, at least on my channel, I don't want him showing his face. When he's 18,
they can make those decisions when they turn 18, but they don't need to necessarily make those decisions now. And yeah, I have to I force consent. If somebody wants to be in a picture, they have to sign.
I just thought it was really sad that they were shaming people for working regular 9-to-5s. Like, you're not famous forever.
No, you gotta make money somehow, support the family.
And in my town,
Trader Joe's,
there's this weird thing where I always play this thing. There's like people I'll see and I'm like, I have seen them in a movie. There was one guy I met. He was in this movie called People Under the Stairs. And I was trying to not be rude, but someone else walked up to him and they were like, were you in the movie? And I'm like, oh, good. I'm going to get the answer. And he was. But I leave people alone because I grew up around like actors that were kind of fading into the sunset in my town. I leave people alone 100%. I met Matthew Perry when I worked at Starbucks. He would go and sit on the patio and people left him alone. They respected him.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, I don't even worry about the ethics of it. I just don't want to deal with it at all. Like, it's not even I just don't want it. I've seen photographers get into trouble for having kids in pictures, and I just don't feel like ever dealing with that.
When I did my fireworks company, we'd also send Xmas trees that would have kids.
Yes.
Okay, there was Santa. I made all parents sign a release form.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Like when you enter those amusement parks where you get your photo taken, you're signing releases too, that you can be photographed with or without your express consent.
I always thought that was weird when you go up to like Six Flags or Disneyland and they're taking your picture right as you walk in. I never got used to that. And I grew up in an amusement park town. I never got used to that.
Well, I mean, that's part of your ticket. Your ticket, when you buy your ticket, you are buying your ticket with the express permission that they can take your picture.
But I also, like, on certain rides, I would always get the picture because because you look crazy upside down.
Yeah. Those are always fun.
I never bought those. I never bought a single one.
to me, that was like, I remember as a kid thinking like, oh man, we live in the future. Look, they took a picture of me upside down. Like, wow. It's so sad. There are certain rides. I remember when they first put them in, they are now retiring certain rides.
There's rides when I was a teenager that they're retiring, and I'm just going, oh my gosh, I'll never ride that again. Not that I could ride it now anyway, but
The ones that I would not be able to ride, I get a headache just thinking about it, are the ones that go in a circle and the floor goes out.
Oh, the gravity
I
falls?
love those.
They had one at the Six Flags. I was addicted to that thing.
I could
As an
totally,
adult, I would get a migraine.
Mhm.
I could probably ride that. There's a lot of others I can't, but
You
that
ride
one
roller coasters?
I used to.
Yeah. William, do you ride roller coasters?
I'm not even saying this to be facetious. I don't know if I have the heart for it.
Mm.
I aspirationally, like in my head, because I grew up near an amusement park, it's what made me fearless. It's what
Yeah.
made me not scared of any. Well, it made me a thrill seeker as a child. I do not know if I physically have the heart for it anymore. I'm scared. Like energy drinks. When you look at the label, I'm the guy they're talking about on the label. When they're like, if you have a breathing condition or blah blah blah, like that's me. And one of the reasons I say this, when I was 20 something, I came back and we went to go. I went on Goliath. I'm not kidding you, and I'm man enough to say it. I thought I was going to pass out. I am from where roller coasters are from. I am a child who always had the season pass. I haven't gone back since. I even did the slingshot where they strap you in and they shoot you across half the park.
No.
I did that. I don't know. I would pass out. I even did the chair slingshot where you sit in the chair and they shoot you. And they shoot you on the atmosphere. I don't know if I could do that anymore.
Mm.
I don't know if
No.
it's called tilt-a-whirl. When I took a tourist to a tannery, after we hit the initial lecture room, they all have to put their cells and cameras away before entering the factory. What I think is strange is when parents post their kids' photos to public social media and they post their location. You know,
That like drives me crazy.
It took me a long time to show my son online. It took me a long time on Facebook. I had a cousin. I will never forget. I had a cousin who posted on Facebook. They're like, yeah, we're going to Arizona for 2 weeks. Everybody was like, just tell people to rob your house.
Yeah.
The people were posting. They were like, why are you saying this? Delete
We
this
never.
post.
Yeah, I never post any pictures until I'm back.
Same.
I don't want people to know where I am. Mm-mm.
That's another thing. Someone I absolutely love.
What happens if you go to PopCon? Sorry.
Someone I absolutely love and respect.
Well, it's in Raleigh this year, or next year, so I'll be okay.
Next year. Yeah.
I'm not planning on going to Phoenix.
They tag themselves like they're like, I'm in Japan. I'm like, you should not do that. You should be like, I went to Japan. I would tag myself after.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how
I have been to, you know.
I
Exactly. You might as well leave the doors unlocked. I always thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget my pops read it and he called my cousin and screamed at him. And was like, are you crazy?
I remember one of our first conversations because I don't lock my doors.
That's insane to me.
My sliding glass doors right now, they're wide open. So if you know where I live.
Why are you challenging the boogeyman? Don't do that. See, I watched too many scary movies. I watched way too many movies as a kid. My doors are locked.
I don't even know if I shut my garage door yet. That's where I am.
Well,
right now, my front door's locked. But
I mean, I do. We actually don't come home and not lock the door, but we kind of have a reason we have to. Here, the wind is so bad, it will blow our door open.
Yeah.
So if we don't deadbolt it, it will come open on its own. My husband is religious about locking the door.
I lived out in the middle of Oregon, and it would trip people out that I locked my front door. Like,
My
they
parents could
truly did not
probably-
understand.
Now, when I lived in a city, when I lived in the suburbs, yes, I did. I mean, I live out in the country. Like, I don't know. Is a deer gonna just come open up my door? I don't know. Like, that's the biggest thing that I have to worry about.
I mean, my parents could probably go without locking their door and they would never have anybody break in where they live. But like the one problem we have here is because it's an apartment building, our apartment looks like everybody else's apartment, except for the stuff out, decorating the front door. So if somebody comes home drunk late at night, if our door is not locked, then they could potentially accidentally come into the wrong apartment.
That actually helped happen to someone that I used to work with in Portland, Oregon. We, in a weird way, it was so weird. I lived in a place called Tigard, Oregon, but I worked in downtown Portland. And Tigard was a bit of a drive, but we all lived in the same area. And I'll never forget, this woman I worked with, she called me and she's like, I don't know how to say this. Some drunk dude is in my house and he passed out and I need your help to. And like, he thought it was his house. He literally went on the couch and passed out and like was a rock. I dragged him out and he didn't wake up. He was drunk as a skunk. That's real. That is real. That happens. That is real. That is so real.
Well, what's really funny is when somebody is that drunk or that passed out or whatever, and you can get them cognizant enough to walk up on their own and they don't realize it.
Yeah.
I'm like Rita. Like, I can't sleep at night if my doors aren't locked. I can't. But again, I always grew up in like, I grew up in the suburbs in the 80s and we locked our doors.
Yeah.
Bears and raccoons opened doors easy, Jess. Deer, elk, and moose, not so much.
Yeah.
Huh.
See, I'm
I
not
don't
worried
think you
about
have
raccoons.
moose.
Raccoons
You
have
don't have
thumbs.
moose, do you?
They will
No.
walk right in your house.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I'm gonna be like William when I walk up. I'm gonna walk up to a moose in North Carolina.
Not take any advice. I was
There's
a rookie. That was 20 something years ago. The moose felt how inexperienced I was. The moose was like, I'm not gonna trample this kid. He hasn't even seen the world yet.
He knew. He's like, don't mess with this one. We're gonna let him have a pass today.
Matter of fact, at that point, no, I had gone more north. But that was one of the most northern points I'd gone in my life at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I had a baseball bat at the doorway of our bedroom. Should someone be tempted to walk through from our house without invitation? I just couldn't imagine not locking my front door. My OCD kicked in, and I think I check the doors. I do that too. Are you kidding me? I can't sleep. Like, my son has this thing when he walks in the house not locking the door, and I keep my screen door open. I built my own country screen door. And so, you can like see like this much, but it's really secure. But if you don't lock it, it's just a door. Someone's going to walk right in my house.
That raccoon that lives out in the shed.
That thing feels my utter and complete seething disdain for it. That raccoon knows its place, even though it's been getting froggy and it's been jumping around on my roof.
Yeah. Interesting. It's ready.
It's challenging me.
Yeah.
It's challenging me is what it's doing.
It's like, Mr. So, come on.
Say that, and I'm gonna show up like Daniel Boone one day with a raccoon hat.
Do it.
You say that,
Do
Me
it.
too.
I already
Moving
said
to
it.
Central Oregon before getting 2 wolf hybrids, I was always having deer come up to my deck and try. Okay, this is another thing I think people in Oregon never talk about. Deer are a menace.
They
Yeah.
are. They're
They
yard
it,
rats.
they love all plants. They love
Mhm.
petunias. They love all plants.
They do. They eat a lot.
Your flowers, your vegetables, they eat it all.
They will stand in front of your car and look you eye to eye.
I can't tell you how many times I've pulled up in the middle of the night and there's like 11 of them in my front yard.
That's so
Crazy.
weird to me. I never got used to that. Oregon is like that. Like I remember there's one night I went out and I'm like, I feel like I was being watched. So I came back with a flashlight and it was just a million deer standing in the dark. Really, they were waiting for me to go away so they could eat the trash can.
We
That's funny.
here we do have deer, but we also have pronghorn, and it is so stinking funny. I was driving near the hospital, and there's a cemetery right across the street from the hospital. And I'm driving down the street going towards the hospital, not not intending to go that direction, but just driving that direction. And they've got a fence at the cemetery. There's 3 pronghorn walking up the sidewalk, just like a stray dog or cat would be doing in the southeast. They're just walking up the sidewalk, looking in the cemetery.
Insane. That is just absolutely insane to me.
It's crazy. Call my friend. She was like, "Oh, they made it by the cemetery now." I was like, "Yeah," because they were on Main Street.
They're an absolute menace in Oregon. I knew somebody, I was so surprised because a lot of people get the newspaper. They actually pay decent money to deliver the newspaper.
Just because of the animals?
I think it's because of the weather condition, at least in Oregon. Like this one newspaper was paying a livable wage. And so I knew somebody that would do that. And she would send me pictures because I don't sleep. She would send me pictures. She's like, deer are so dumb. There'd be like 20 of them right in front of this house. And she's like, they won't even move. I'm just trying to deliver the paper. And they won't move. And I was really surprised. All the people who were delivering the paper were over 50 years old.
Yeah, it's it's a job that appeals to.
Well, they're up. They're ready, I don't know.
I'm not
I
over
probably
50.
would do it.
I would have to retrain my body to wake up early. I don't think I'm going to bother.
I just need to train my body to go to sleep.
Sheep, no. Nothing scares me but sheep. I was attacked by a ram when I was a kid. Birth mom's husband was a sheep herder from Spain. To this day, sheep scare me.
Oh, yeah.
Sheep are blind usually, or like not really blind, but like very. Is it nearsighted?
They're nearsighted.
They
They
can't see.
wander
Yeah.
through the hills at my job. They wander through the hills. I don't even like the feel of a poodle. They have sheep hair. You guys hear? Poodles are a really weird status symbol. It is the weirdest thing to me. Like the weirdest people have poodles. I feel sorry for poodles because they're used as a prop.
They are.
And like they completely have renovated downtown Los Angeles. I don't care how big your apartment is, you shouldn't have a dog in an apartment. I don't care if it's a factory. The dog needs a yard.
Yes. Like not even like Chihuahua style. Like they just need somewhere to run, play, do their thing.
I just take my dog out every day for that.
Yeah.
Something we have to do. We don't do it by choice.
Well, that's different. It's different. It's different where you live. Like you live in a place that has actual outside in the middle of the city of LA. It is a literal concrete jungle. Like you have to go further out to find a park. We do have parks everywhere here, but you have to find a decent neighborhood, and you have to find like an area. It's so strange.
Y'all don't even have like Central Park like New York does.
No. And our parks are like, it's really funny. We have big sprawling parks, but they're more in my area because there's space.
Yeah, I mean, it's residential. So
People are actually not smart. If something comes in, like a coyote or a wolf, they won't scatter. Instead, they group together.
Yeah.
When I had my apartment, I bought a treadmill for my dog, so they could exercise. Oh,
they have like little circles, like hamster wheels for cats.
I love those. I love watching videos of cats running on those.
Where I live, everyone owns a dog. Well, every other person owns a dog, but there's like parks. I don't know. It's weird. Where I live, it kind of reminds me. People are weirdly outdoorsy here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, it's so weird. I pull up from work, and there's the afternoon walkers. They're all waving. I'm like, hi.
Come join us. We're going for a walk.
Or like, I love the newbies when they'll walk up and they'll be like, oh, how long have you lived in this town? And I'll be like, 40-something years. I'm an all-star. 40-something years. Even though I didn't live here for 10 or 11 of it, that doesn't count.
No, doesn't count.
We won't tell. Your secret is safe.
Oh man. Today was definitely a Monday. A lot of it, I'm not even kidding you. I always say life is attitude, and a lot of it was me walking around with a grinchy attitude. So was it a Monday, or did I just walk around saying, "Oh man, it's Monday. Oh man, it's Monday."
Well, it's probably about a little bit of both. You're back at work. You're back to the grind. You got to make sure the kid's at school doing his thing. I know.
School's back. I finally got rid of all my Christmas.
Like you put Christmas away. You have MMA again. I mean, you're doing it.
Back to the grind, really. I think that's what it is. It's back to being my so-called taxi service.
Yes.
I am my kid's chauffeur.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he wants a car, and I'm like, do you know how much insurance is and this and that? Like,
he doesn't have his permit yet, right?
Oh, he's working at it, but like I'm trying to teach him reality.
Did you download like the DMV app on his phone so he can start taking the tests?
Oh, we don't do that here. We're not organized like that.
Download the DMV app on his phone. And then hit California, and it'll. Oh yeah.
I wish. Our DMVs are famous for being the worst. Like they're famous for people being like, "I'm stuck at the DMV."
Yeah. When I go to the DMV, I get there at 7. They open at 8. I get there at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Same at mine.
I got my chair. I sit there, and yeah.
It's worse. That's one thing it's like waiting in line for like, it's more exciting when you're waiting in line for a concert than the DMV. When you're waiting in line for a concert, you're going to go see a show. When you're in the DMV, you're going to have to explain to somebody, I moved. Or, it's always some little bureaucracy that they're like, why is this and this and this? Or it's always something.
In North Carolina, you can go, you don't have to go every 7 years, like our license expires. So we just have to walk in and do our thing. But man, no one will ever see my DMV picture. It is the ugliest thing in all the world. But anyway, it expires in 27, 28. So I got a couple more years. But we just went to the Libby.
Do you know that I've never spent more than 30 minutes at the DMV here?
Oh wow.
Walk away.
Getting a license transferred from from a different state to here. Going in to get my
I'm rolling my eyes.
getting my address changed. Every time I've had to go to the DMV for anything, like the police department also sends you to the DMV if they need a picture for something that you're getting. Yeah, I've never spent more than 30 minutes at the DMV office. And there's been lines in front of me, and I've never spent more than 30 minutes.
I've lost years at the DMV.
Years.
You know, because I got my license in Arizona, my license expires 2047.
Oh, shoot.
And I've tested that a million times.
They don't want you back.
Well, I've had to. They're old school, but the funny thing is, they stopped doing that law. But because I got they stopped doing that. Now all the younger kids have to do it every 7 years. But because I got my license in a certain year, there was a 19 in front of it. But because I did my license, they still honor the old law. So my license is good till 2047.
I think I know how many years they give you your license for.
Let
For the
me
win.
see. Mine.
I did get my license
doesn't
later.
expire until
I did get mine a year or something later because I was driving basically. I was like driving farm trucks, you know.
Do you have privileges where kids can have licenses just to drive farm trucks, like at 12 years old?
Oh, I wish. Not here. Not here.
North Carolina does that as long as it's a farm vehicle. You can
On
be 12 years old and drive.
On private property, you can let anyone drive, you know.
But once it's public
But they don't
property,
have
it
to
comes
be on
in.
private property as long as they're going from one place. Like, let's say that you have 2 fields in 2 different places. They can actually drive on the road from one place to the other.
That's awesome. They have no understanding here like this at all. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I got mine in 2023, and mine doesn't expire till 2028. I just looked.
So, Tammy, the question to your answer is 19. You asked me how many more I had left to do.
Oh, and that one took you how long?
Oh, I just worked on it, like when I was pausing myself.
Yeah, I know, but
So it took me like 25 minutes to build.
oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
No, and it'll go a lot faster now that I know how to do it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's not
Yeah. yeah, I know it's gonna be great. I can't wait. Good times. Now, wait a minute, how much alarm? That's the question. That's what I gotta think about.
bad.
All
Well,
right. We've been going for
Streets.
2.5 hours.
You don't want us to talk about my secret project.
I will be. Do you want to talk about your secret project?
No, I want to talk about my secret project. I already did.
We will be back at it on Wednesday, secret project or not.
And everybody's going to be in my channel tomorrow night, right?
Yes. I will be on my phone
Yeah.
because you always go live during the MMA hours. But it's
What
not
time
like
are-
I'm hanging
7
out in
o'clock?
there. It smells like a wet sock in that room.
7 o'clock my time.
5
5 o'clock your time.
5
no,
my time.
6 o'clock my time.
Yeah. So
So it's 8 o'clock Justice time and 5 o'clock.
Well, I'll be
Williams time.
yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah.
with bells on, I will be there.
Because tomorrow's the last chance to get an advance ticket.
Oh,
to
I gotta
enter
enter that. I
for-
can't enter this. I can't, Tammy. I can't.
Everybody
enter
come on
this.
down to the Siberian
No.
wind.
Not
Okay.
that entry. That entry comes at you're good. You still have time for that one.
Okay.
This is advance entries for my anniversary giveaways.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
yay.
These are different.
Yeah, both of our anniversaries are coming up. It's so exciting. Mine's on Saturday.
Yay.
I know. Like, I feel like I should go buy a cookie too and just
Mine will still be here, probably.
no. It won't. Stop lying. You can go get a brand new cookie. Don't even.
That's a big cookie. That's a giant. This is the wolf cup all over again. I bit off more than I can do.
My husband made a whole freaking cake and I haven't touched it. I have not even touched it.
I do that. I'll make a whole thing of cornbread And then like my son will wake up and be like, "Why is there only this much cornbread left? And you made it last night."
Yeah, like I made banana pudding last night. Homemade hot banana pudding.
Oh,
I know.
all right. Well,
You guys say it like a Southern person, hot banana
we will be
pudding.
back at it on Wednesday. I hope everybody has a great evening. And seriously, to everyone who subscribed to me, thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate it. To anyone watching this in the future, I absolutely appreciate it. You guys make this channel what it is, and quite a few people watch these replays. So I thank you.
Yeah.
I will be
Hit that
back.
thumbs up, you guys.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
let me
you.
hit it before I forget.
Duh.
No, I hit it first thing. I was number 1 today.
Thank you, Alibaba. I will be back at it on Wednesday. I truly appreciate everybody, and we're just gonna keep growing. So I will
Bye,
see
Ollie.
everybody on Wednesday. I hope everybody has a great week. I don't know. I might feel I've been feeling super froggy. So if you see a random power hour with me, I might just pop up. I will see everybody on Wednesday. I hope you guys have a great week. Until then, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.